The sky had finished its big cry, leaving the world sparkling and damp. But at the front gate of the school, a giant problem waited. A massive shimmering puddle stretched from one side of the path to the other, like a tiny, murky ocean. Anaya stood at the edge, her yellow raincoat reflecting in the water. She looked at her dry shoes and then at the deep, dark puddle. How would anyone get inside without a splash and a soak? Soon, more friends arrived. Leo tried to take a giant leap, but he wobbled on the slippery concrete. Other children stood back, worried about their clean socks. Some tried to tiptoe through the mud at the edges, but it was too squishy. "It's too wide to jump," Leo exclaimed, balancing on one foot. The puddle seemed to grow bigger the longer they stared at it. Anaya reached into her backpack. She didn't have a boat, and she didn't have a real bridge. But she did have a small cardboard box filled with dusty treasures. She pulled out a long stick of bright yellow chalk. It felt dry and solid in her hand. She looked at the gray, dry pavement right next to the water's edge and smiled. With a steady hand, Anaya drew a large, perfect circle on the dry ground. Inside, she colored it in until it looked like a glowing sun. "This is the first stone," she whispered. It wasn't a real stone, of course, but it looked solid enough to hold a foot. She stepped onto it and felt the dry chalk dust under her shoe. Leo saw what Anaya was doing, and his eyes lit up. He reached into his own pocket and found a piece of blue chalk. "I can help," he said. While Anaya drew more circles, Leo drew bright blue arrows. He pointed them from the school gate toward the circles and all the way to the dry steps of the school. Together, they were making a map for everyone to follow. The bridge grew and grew. Anaya added tiny swirling patterns inside the circles so they looked like magical stepping stones. Leo added little stars around the arrows to make the path shine. They worked quickly, their fingers getting dusty with yellow and blue. The gray concrete was turning into a gallery of color that hopped right over the wet trouble. "Ready?" Anaya asked. Leo nodded and took the first step. He hopped from the first yellow circle to the second, then to the third. His shoes stayed perfectly dry. He followed the blue arrows all the way to the school door. "It works," he shouted, throwing his arms up in the air. "The bridge of chalk is open." Just then, Miss Gable, the principal, walked toward the entrance. She stopped and looked at the giant puddle, then at the beautiful, colorful path leading around it. She saw Anaya holding her yellow chalk, looking a bit nervous. Miss Gable didn't look upset at all. Instead, she clapped her hands together. "What a wonderful idea," she said. "You used your imagination to help everyone." By lunchtime, the clouds had vanished, and a warm sun began to bake the playground. Miss Gable and Leo stood by the window and watched as the giant puddle began to shrink. The water pulled back, leaving the pavement bare. As the ground dried completely, the bright yellow and blue chalk began to fade and turn into pale dust in the wind. By the time school was over, the bridge of chalk was almost gone. Only a few faint yellow swirls and blue stars remained on the concrete. But as Anaya and Leo walked home,